Greetings and salutations, viewer. It is I, Eric J. Chucci, and we're returning to Final Fantasy VI. I asked for comments on whose scenario we should tackle first out of the two remaining, and y'all said Locke, so let's check it out. Locke has worked hard to stymie the efforts of the Imperial troops, but now he desperately needs to escape. Damn it, gotta get to Narsh on the fly. Oh, he said the damn word. Okay, so we're back in South Figaro. But you'll notice things are different. Everything is occupied. That guy there, he won't like me very much if I try to talk to him. Battle takes place, and I am not in the shape to fight that battle. There are Imperial soldiers there. That guy's blocking the way. I don't remember if you fight him or if he just knocks you out and you wake up right over there by the flowers. Of course, last time we learned there is a shortcut out the back way. We learned a couple of things last time we were in South Figaro, actually. For example, that guy likes rum? Rum. It was cider in the original game, as I said before. What is probably not very long ago for you is a long time for me. But now his grandson is guarding the stairs. My grandfather was once a servant for the richest man in town, but he said to only let merchants pass through. Well, we're not a merchant. The funny thing is, I think the first time I played this, I didn't do that. And of course, I think the game kind of expects you to not try to do that. I went in, well, not here, this is Duncan's house. I'm sure there's a hidden passage under the rich man's house. Find the room that's drafty. Y'all remember the drafty room that I said we were going into? Yeah, there's a save point. We don't need a save right now. We have not really done anything. This is a nice sort of little tactical espionage section. So this is the place I went into first. And I went in here and talked to these people, talked to this lady. Avoid the armored soldiers. They have no sense of humor and will kill you where you stand. Alright, harsh. Again, nothing in the clock. Do you have anything I need? Oh, another tent wouldn't hurt. Oh, no, just like 3 Phoenix Downs, thank you. Everything else is pretty good. Alright, so, I would talk to this guy first. You're that notorious thief Locke, aren't you? Hey, call me a treasure hunter or I'll rip your lungs out. This is one hell of a threat. It was not, as I recall, secondhand information, it was not that violent in Japanese. But we're going to steal, because we're Locke, and that's what he supposedly does best. I just fucking... Yo, did I call it? Did I call it? Jesus. Steal. Got a plumed hat. Nice. Those are good. Oh, and we stole his clothing, too. Here we go. These are a little tight. But the price was right. I assume is what that's supposed to be, not woohoo. He runs away. He's embarrassed to be naked. Excuse me. See, we stripped him nude, but he's still laying there, fucked up, with his clothes on. So, now we're dressed as a merchant. We are going to head downstairs. You're a merchant, right? You may proceed. Cool. So now we can get out of here. Alright. Now, we can try to sneak across there, but there's our friend the Imperial armor. But remember this causeway here? Oh, nice. Get around here too. See, that way we can avoid that dude. Which is actually interesting. And there's some interesting differences here. Like, let me talk to this guy. I'm not buying anything. I think that's what they all say. We could go in there and buy some weapons and armor. This is actually kind of funny. Not like funny haha, but I didn't learn about that little bridge. See the green soldiers there? You can fight those. Somebody gives you that tip here in town. I don't fully remember who. But it wasn't until I was a little older that I knew about the little bridge here that would let us go into the inn. Usually, because you can fight the green soldiers, you could steal their clothes, so we can't leave Figaro through this way either. You would steal their clothes, and you could talk to that guy, and he'd be like, "Oh, quitting time as well." But no. Just fuck off. Yeah, go on. Get. I'm just trying to. Oh my god. You know what? I did all that and acted like a goof, and I don't even think he like automatically fights you. I think everyone says they don't want to buy anything. Yeah, because I'm a merchant, get it? It's funny. Excuse me. Pardon me. Still can't talk to that guy. I could have sworn there was a point in the game where you could talk to him. Alright, there's this homeboy. Remember him? Hey you, did you come to steal my rum? You thief. Which we know Locke does not care for being called a thief. Despite the fact that we are going to steal this man's plumed hat and his rum. So yeah, by the time I started exploring around, I knew how to be a merchant. I was already a merchant. I wasn't just running around as regular Locke. And then we take the rum. So, this is going to allow us to talk to the old man. He said several times he doesn't talk to people unless... Weird. Can't see our legs through that. That's funny. Anyway, he said several times that he's not interested in talking to anybody who isn't a rum-carrying, rum-delivery man. So, we need to be a merchant still to get past the kid. I found a Cheerio and ate it. Ah, rum, glug, glug. Huh? Secret passage. Well, there is one that leads to the rich man's house. Go downstairs and give my grandson the password. It's, I forget. I don't know if there's a way you can figure out the password. And they fixed that too. So, this is a joke. Final Fantasy II, a very important feature of the game, was that you could tell people, this is the NES Final Fantasy II that wasn't released here until way later on like a PlayStation version or something. But you could tell people different keywords, and they would prompt conversation topics. Usually it was only certain keywords. You couldn't just go around and see what everybody would say about everything. It was an NES game after all. But the password for the resistance movement there was Wild Rose. That's not the password here. Secret entrance. Sick. Good luck. So, as you can see, the secret entrance will take us all the way up over here into this little room. There's an elixir. Good, good, good. And then this takes us out over here. And when we were in South Figaro earlier, we could have gone down here. We could have gone through the man's secret passage. Picked up a couple extra items. So, Imperial troops have turned this house into their headquarters. There's Imperials crawling all over the place here. There's a specific line I want. So, we are going to go back. And you can use this in the future too. This doesn't go away. The secret passage has always existed. I don't remember if it's as easy to get back into if the kid's not around. I'm pretty sure you need him to do the password thing. But we are going to move a little faster here. But there's more juicy details. So we can see our feet through that railing. Let's go talk to this soldier here. Scram, you blockhead! We'll do what a Locke does. Which is not steal anything. Try again, you goon. Oh my god, did we equip him? Because I remember unequipping him. We'll check that after the fight. There we go, stole a potion. And his clothes. Here we go. These are a bit too large, but he didn't charge. It's a fun little rhyme there for you. How neat. I think it was some kind of pun in Japanese. If you give a shit, I would totally recommend watching Legends of Localization's playthrough of this game with his Wanderbar translations. So you can see the original translation for Final Fantasy III on the Super Nintendo, which this game is. You can see the Game Boy Advance translation, the original Japanese, and then for funsies, what Google makes of it, as well as a popular fan translation that was often lauded as the most accurate, which it is not, but that's okay. Get back to your post. Okay. You know, it's kind of interesting that there's like a house here that you can't go to. Like, it's one of those things that both bugs me and doesn't bug me in RPGs, that there's, you know, extra people out on the street and stuff. You know, shopkeepers are a little different because maybe they've got rooms in the back, but, you know, the people wandering around, they don't have a house. There's not extra houses for them. So it's kind of nice that there's a little extra house there. Obviously, we can shop here. Uh-huh. I think these guys are the ones that tell you the Green Troopers love to brawl. Now they're just paying us lip service here. That clown Kefka's on the verge of invading Narsh. Now the troopers will talk to us. Interesting. I think those guys still fight us, the Magitech armored ones. So, let's chat with other people here. Let's not talk to that guy just in case. A detached force is making its way toward Narsh. We'll link up with them soon. That's interesting. That guy up there respawned. I don't remember going indoors or anything. Oh, right. We need to make sure Locke has. He does not. Let's see, there we go. Let's go to his relics. Genji glove, no. Gigas glove might not be a bad idea. Not the white cape. He's not going to wear that. Just don't think he would look good in white. Yeah, Gigas glove and silver specs, I guess. Okay, cool. Time's up. Good, I'll take a break. So we could talk to him. So if we didn't know about this secret little passage down here, we could still get in and do what we feel like doing. You know, get across here. Port's down there. Can't talk to that guy. We'll show off something interesting about that. When could you do that? I'm having a hard time remembering. Well, we'll find out. Never a dull moment. Time to guard the passage under the big mansion. Oh well, life is tough. It seems our famous Lady General turned traitor. I heard she's locked up somewhere in this town. Or there are 2 secret tunnels under the rich man's house. One leads out of town, the other one to one of these houses. That's very interesting. Thank you for the tip. So this is how you go around, and we missed the other guys. I don't want to change out of my gear, so it's whatever. There's another merchant you can talk to, steals clothes. Just a couple different places to gear up. Like, say you kill the merchant in the basement and you're still dressed as a soldier. That would be a good way to turn back into a merchant and go deliver the cider to the old man, the rum. Okay, but it doesn't matter. We know the secret passage. We've chatted up some soldiers. And we need to get him to open the door. Password is courage. If you give him the wrong password, he calls you out as imposter or something, and you end up over by those flowers by Duncan's wife's house. So we don't want to do that. And it's not terribly interesting, so it's not really worth showing you. Okay, so we're back in the house. We're dressed as a soldier now, so we can talk to people. Thanks to our informer, this town fell instantly. You remember the guy we talked to before. Says the same thing there. I also like this little part of the house, because on the outside there's kind of like a nice big window thing. That's clearly what that is. But yeah, you can see, I mean, that door was there the whole time. We could have gone out it and around. Nothing was stopping us. So you will also notice that the music is stopped in here. Let's go talk to the kids. Rascals, knock it off! Chung chung, chung chung, Magitech armor. Wind the clock, wind the clock. That was just a jump rope rhyme. Little hints and tips. Is there an item down here? I guess not. And now that we're in here, there it is. You can kind of hear the wind. Oh, what have I done? I betrayed the town and I didn't even need the money. Yeah, you're an asshole. I'd kick your butt if I was allowed to, but I'm not. So, here's our secret passage behind the bookshelf. You see how it's stuck out from the wall a little bit? And I think there's even a bookshelf in the other room. I mean, we've seen a bunch, but yeah. So, you see how the bookshelf looks, and then it looks flush against the wall there. That way, as a visual indicator, you go into the next room where the secret passage is. And even in here, there's the china cabinet. It's not a bookshelf, but it's similar. But you see the bookshelf is out from the wall a bit. So, down we go. Okay. Alright, and we found the secret passage. And again, we could have done this earlier in South Figaro. We could have explored down here. I want to stay in these clothes. We're doing Imperial infiltration. We're also going down another secret passage. Hyper wrist. Yeah, I got some better relics maybe for Locke. I want to say there's another secret down here. Might be in the other secret room. Hermes shoes. Yep, I'm going to be that guy. It's not like an amazing treasure. I think it's in the next little secret zone. Let's go ahead and equip Locke. What did we get? So both relics. I've already forgotten. Hermes shoes. Those are awesome. Let's get those instead of the silver specks there. What the hell else did I pick up? I've already forgotten. Hyper wrist, wasn't it? Radiates power, boosts strength. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. Hyper wrist. So that's going to get our vigor up pretty high. But we're mostly going to be stealing with Locke. What is the difference? Boost attack power, right? But it doesn't say how. Well, whatever. I can look it up sometime. But I'm not fussed at the moment. Okay. Stop by cutscene. I've seen her before. Of course. She's one of the Empire's generals. This is what happens to traitors. A Magitech knight forged by the Empire and tempered in battle. Her guise hides a woman with a spirit as pure as snow. Her name is Celeste, as in Celestine. Some people call her Celis, some people call her Celis, some people say all kinds of different shit, but we're going to call her Celeste, and I'm leaving her name as that as well. I don't have any good stories about what I typically named her. I have a fun story, though. I used to play this game by renting it, as I mentioned. Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy III. They're 6. Good God. It's one of those things like Doki Doki Panic being Super Mario Bros. 2 that's like the most overshared bit of trivia about a video game. Is the Final Fantasy series release in America was Final Fantasy I on the NES. Then we skipped the real Final Fantasy 2 and 3. Those were both also on, the Famicom, the NES equivalent. Super Nintendo and Super Famicom come out. Famicom's the Japanese one, in case you're just joining us. And that's where there was Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6. In America, we got Final Fantasy 4 as Final Fantasy 2, and it was actually a super easy nerfed version of Final Fantasy 4. And we didn't get Final Fantasy 5, and we got Final Fantasy 6 as Final Fantasy 3. And then when PlayStation came out and Final Fantasy went to Sony, they came out with Final Fantasy 7, and everyone for the rest of time had to either hear or deliver this explanation. So, excuse my confusion there. Anyway, Final Fantasies proper 4 and 6. I rented for a long time before I owned 6. I never did own 4 for the SNES. But you know, when you rent something like that, you write it to the disk. Well, not to the disk, to the save state on the game. Unlike now, where we all have our own internal storage or memory cards or whatever. So, it was a crapshoot as to whether you'd come back with, your own save file. Somebody else might rent it before you rented it again and delete your save, start their own save. That was kind of the risk you ran. So I loaded up a game of Final Fantasy VI that I rented one weekend at my dad's house. And I was pleased to find that the person who played the game seemed like around when I left off, because they had a party with, I think it was Locke and Celeste in it. And I don't remember all of the details, but I remember loading up the save and seeing that somebody had named Celeste like Hottie or something, because it was the 90s, and like when you thought a girl was attractive, you called her a hottie. Do we still do that today? I feel like that's old. That's not a thing people say anymore. And I laughed because I was like, what kind of lame wad is going to name Celeste Hottie? Like, how desperate do you have to be? This is, at this point, 11, 12-year-old me. And then started playing the game, and I realized this was my save. I don't remember why I forgot that, and I don't remember why I thought it would be a good idea to name her Hottie. I never even remembered having like an interest in Celeste. Although, interesting fact, I played Chrono Trigger around the same time, because it came out around the same time, and also would often name Marl Hottie, or Marley if you prefer. I like Marl. Marley sounds weird, like the dog from that movie where the dog dies. Spoiler alert. Anyway, Celeste. So, the mighty General Celeste has fallen. How can you serve those cowards? Hold your tongue. Isn't it true Kefka's going to poison the people of Doma to the east? Shut up. Keep running your mouth while you can. Your execution's tomorrow. Keep a close eye on her.
Yes, sir. I can go for days without sleep.
So here we are, we salute. It's all good. Guy doesn't even pretend. Here's a fucking thing. Where'd he go? There's nothing over here. Homeboy just disappeared. Anyway. So this scene plays out a little differently, actually, if you are dressed as something else. I think if you are not in any gear, which is a little tricky to do, not terribly though, or if you are dressed as a merchant, oh yeah, if you're not in any gear, because they ask you up there if you want to take off your clothes, your disguise, you hide up here in the rafters. But as a soldier, we were just like, oh, fake it till you make it, my bro. This guy's nodding. Is he going to suspect us? I think we're good. I like this sprite for Celeste. I just think it's really well crafted. I think with very little visual space to work with, you get the distinct impression she is being suspended from the wall in chains. Her feet aren't very much touching the ground. She looks erect. She looks sad and pitiful. Let's take the chains off. Are you a little short for an Imperial soldier? Huh? Oh, the uniform. There's your Star Wars reference. There's the exact reason I came down here. When Luke busts in to rescue Princess Leia in A New Hope, he says, or she says, aren't you a little short for Imperial Stormtrooper? That's what we did. That's the whole reason for this. Name's Locke. I'm with the Returners. The Returners? I used to be General Celeste. Now I'm just a common traitor. Let's go. Huh? You take me along? Thanks, but no thanks. Now, I can barely walk. I'm grateful, but even if you got me out, you'd never be able to protect me. No, I think I'm better off waiting for my executioner. At least I'll have my pride. I'll protect you. Trust me, it'll be fine. Let's go. Wait. This soldier might have something on him that could help us get out of here. Alright, and I don't want to look at Locke, because Celeste is cool. She's got a cool sprite. Let's get her equipped up. She's got that rune edge we found earlier. And I think it's neat because she has a white cape to give her the white cape. But it's also a really great item. First of all, it prevents imp and silence. Celeste is a magic caster, so silence is awesome. Imp is also a hell of a status effect. Turns you into a cute little imp, but the effects are bad. You don't like them. So we also are going to give her hyper wrist. Should we do that? Yeah, let's go ahead and give her the hyper wrist. Let's check her skills here. She has magic. She's a rune knight. Unlike Terra having fire, she has blizzard. She also has cure. She's got a poison remover. That's all we've got because of where we are in the game. It's arranged things, rare items. We've got the rum. Spiced rum taken from a merchant. How about that? But yes, she's got a white cape. So, white cape. There's a clock key in his pocket. Take it, or stealing is wrong. We're Locke. Took the clock key.
And some bread, too. More so.
Cool. Okay, so delightfully, there is a save point here. On the off chance, because my dumbass didn't check first, that none of this recorded audio, I'm going to save it down there. We could use a tent there too if anyone was banged up. Locke's a little injured, but they're fine. Does it say adventure? I thought it said thief/adventure. So we've got a nice little room here full of treasures. All the treasures we got from that little sub room and all the treasures in this room we could have stolen earlier. 500 gil, which would have been nice. We wouldn't have had to grind for money. 1,000 gil. It's an old clock. It's ticking. This is another way that you might have discovered that there are elixirs in clocks, because we've got The wind the clock hint, we took, what was it, an old clock key from the soldier? I believe that's in our rare items now too. Yep, old clock key found in a soldier. So you would go through here and check through these clocks, and if you're excited about the adventure of the game, you might check, all the rest of the clocks in the game and find those elixirs. More money, and that one's empty. I don't think there's any secret treasures here, but what we're going to do is go over here to this clock. This clock is not ticking. Let's wind the clock. Bam, secret entrance. I think that clock is there so that you talk to it first. Maybe it's like a red herring. That's kind of strange, actually. Why is that clock there? Wild. Okay. Well, because the logic, and follow me on this, is you come in this room, and you see the clock, so you go talk to the clock thinking it's part of the puzzle. So, if it isn't, I guess you could put it there to suggest that you might want to look around for a clock that's not ticking, that might need the clock key. But then there's the clock in the back. Why? I mean, it's still in the same room. Why wouldn't you I don't get this puzzle. This is weird. Look, it's my favorite game. That doesn't mean it's the best game ever. We got monsters down here. Vector pups and commanders. Locke can steal. Let's go ahead and show off Blizzard. Okay, Locke can't steal. What the fuck was I talking about? You guys know this. Locke is glowing red now because he has haste cast on him from wearing the Hermes sandals or Hermes shoes or whatever they're called. You might remember from the man we talked to who made everything glow. I'm going to cast Blizzard again because I already hit them with it, but we'll probably limit Celeste. I like her little casting animation too. It's been a while since I've seen these sprites this big and in motion and such. These characters just look cool. I really like how Celeste's stuff is set up. So you see also she has the runic ability. I think she explains that in a bit, so I will let her do that. Oh, that doggo's gone. Cool. Also remember, guys, all the new party members we might be getting in the future, including Celeste, when they go into battle, be sure to check and see how they jump into battle. Everybody's got something different. There we go. Alright. Over 200, that should be fine for now. So, I knew I could go through these walls. I didn't know how much hidden stuff was through here. Oh, iron armor. Let's equip that on Celeste. Yes! So much defense. I don't think Locke can wear it. I knew you could go through this wall. I know you could get attacked underneath it. It's not that you're going through walls, obviously. Those are just overhangs and such. I might have to give up on stealing through here. I think they just have potions. It's not really worth it. Good God, what a crit. There we go. So, okay, let's do some experimenting. If we didn't already. That was 180 something. Let's go take off Locke's Gigas Glove. Next fight we get into, let's see how much damage he does. Is it here? Is it over here somewhere? There are secret passages in this whole area. Aha! Vector pups. I don't think they have higher defense. No, where's he doing? Okay, 152, so it's adding about 30 damage for whatever reason. We can probably kill the Vector pup with one hit from Celeste, and he even stole the potion. Fuck you, Mitch. And the puppy's running, so whatever. Nope, that's just the way we went. Oh, it's right there. Oh, that's cool. So I could have gone around there to get that treasure. Well, we didn't put our gauntlet back on, so let's see our Gigas Glove. 135. Oh, that's a big difference there. That's not bad at all. We'll definitely put that back on him so he can still be keeping up with Celeste with damage. Although with the critting she's doing, good God. Oh, that's right! She's got the runic blade. The rune edge. And if you remember when we picked that up, we checked and it gives you higher crits. Relics. Uses your magic. Your MP. See how her MP so low? So let's use this ether. Yeah, we should be able to get... let's just give her a great sword for now. Crits are awesome, but let's keep her MP for spells. I got that you could go through this area here. This was not a complicated surprise for me. Again, a treasure chest is open. Let's kick these guys' asses. Nice. Nice. Kind of beat the crap out of us there, but he's gone. We got a heavy shield and a great sword, so something other than... Because obviously they don't know... Oh, she's already got the heavy shield. Nice. Oh, wait, hold on. Now, damn it. There we go. You take the heavy shield. I care less about you, ultimately. Secrets over here. Secrets. No, nothing. Okay. Let's run back. Ooh, not as much damage any left. That's what I get, I guess. But, you know, you can do these scenarios in any order. And obviously, leaving here when Celeste had nothing on her, you need to be able to outfit her. Is that it? This is it. I think that's the only other secret passage. And then we grab this X potion. Aha! Ribbon. So the ribbon is a great item. Here we go. Silk ribbon enchanted to prevent all status ailments. That's fantastic. And that's why we wanted to pick that up. Now you can get more later in the game. This isn't like the only time you can get a ribbon, but come on. High ether there is what they call them. Okay, cool. So, the reason I say ether, and it's not a good one. It's just me being stupid, I guess. When I was a kid, I used to call them ethers. We had a joke about my stepdad falling asleep in his chair. We called it the ether chair. Also, this is where I got tripped up. So, I'm trying to tell so many stories, I'm sorry. That dog is dead. That dog, man, he's too fast. I was just gonna hit him and he's gone already. Okay. We're too intimidating, I guess. Oh, but you can go up through here. Right. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so, story number 1. I was stuck here because I didn't realize that this place was walkable. It was passable terrain. And I called into the video store and I was like, hey, I'd like to extend my rental of Final Fantasy III at the time. And they were like, okay. And I'm like, because I just found the part where this is me at the age of 12 or whatever, 10, 11, whatever it was. I just found the part where you are leaving Locke's scenario and you can go through the wall. And I didn't realize you could go through the wall. And I'm sure the video clerk was like, okay, shut up. Because this was not even like a chain video store. This was, you know, a mom and pop kind of video store. I am sure they could give less of a shit about what I found. I don't know if I thought they must play every game they had in the store to make sure it was good or something. I was a kid. But I was excited that I could continue playing this game I loved. I was probably way over leveled because I was just running around fighting people trying to figure out where to go. I think I went down to get that treasure chest in the corner, and that's when I saw the wall part a little bit. Oh, I got an earring too. That increases magic ability and it's better in pairs. Watch that be all it says. Boosts the wearer's magic, more effective when paired. Right, it's okay. That was story number 1. Story number 2, ether. Let me get a drink here. It's terribly dry in this wintertime. So my stepdad tended to sleep in his chair in the living room, as many people's father figures do. And because it put him to sleep so easily, we called it his ether chair. You know, like the chemical ether that puts people asleep. Well, I started playing this game concurrently with a friend of mine at school, and we love to talk about it. And I don't know what his reasoning was, but he basically, I guess because ether doesn't do that in real life, ether in the game couldn't possibly be pronounced that way. So I think that's why we started calling them ethers. This was just the, bullshit logic of a kid. Like, had nothing to do with any actual thing. So now I forget, and I still say ether. He's going to run. I'm not going to get to kill him. Oh, we did it! Oh, I jinxed myself into it. Nice. Let's see with that crappier sword, Celeste isn't doing as much damage, but we want those MPs. I think that stairway is in Duncan's basement, maybe, or somewhere else. Whatever. Why are you helping me? You remind me of someone. But what's it matter anyway? I just want to, okay? Interesting. I wonder if we remind him of Tara? Or maybe someone else from his past. So you can go all this way. We could have ran off to the side, but I like going up through the back. I just like seeing all the extra little scenery they put in places, and you can actually go through some of these trees. But we'll leave Figaro. And again we will save, and again we will save in the bottom slot, just in case my mic is not actually working. I have faith that it is, but we can get, I believe, a free sleep up here, so we don't have to use a tent. These guys aren't as dangerous, so let's actually steal from them. Or not, because we're Locke. In the original game, all these guys with the wrenches had names like Mechanic and Grease Monkey, or Grease Monk, I think is all the character element would allow. In the remakes and in this game, they've got names like Unseelie and other Fae-related names, which I think is kind of interesting. Why are the Fae mechanics? Like, why is that what we assume? We could have done this earlier with Edgar and Tara and Locke when they came through. Okay, so I think if we go to Mount Colt, it's still blocked off by an Imperial. Yes, there he is up there. Man, let's just go ahead and watch the comical chase scene.
The Empire is taking possession here.
Oh, there's not one. He doesn't give a shit. That's the traitorous General Celeste, and you're just like, whatever. Okay, so that scene must happen later. Oh, I know when we can do it. Whew. Kids, I hope you like going out of the fucking way to do shit, because we are going to go out of the fucking way to do shit. Okay. Or these guys. I think the magic will be more useful here. Do a little bit more. Not really. Let's keep fighting, I guess. Of course, if we equip the earrings on her instead of the hyper wrist, this wouldn't be much of an issue. And we got a crit anyway. 256 damage. So, we're heading to Narsh, so we need to go back to the Figaro cave. I think it's okay to pick up the treasures this time. Like I said before, I believe they change again, but it's not enough to really be worth it. There's an odd noise. Cartagra, and I didn't even see what that one was. Acro. Oh, stole some eye drops. Acrophes. Sounds like what that guy in Comic Zone said. Acrophes. Great joke for you if you've played Comic Zone. If you haven't played Comic Zone, it's a stupid joke. We're just gonna kill that one. We'll steal from it next time. Okay, or not. Locke gained a level. How nice. Hey, a couple levels would not hurt. Okay. Ah, an X potion. That's pretty good. Save all those for the end of the game and not use them even then. I'm a little used to... Whoa, what a crit! I'm a little used to the Pokemon games. Oh, Celeste learned Imp. That's cool. Okay, so here's a cool time, maybe. It's battle magic. I don't know if I can use it in the menu. I can. So, Imp. Let's turn Locke into an Imp. Now he's an Imp. His stats suck. Let's move the white cape. I don't think his overworld sprite changes. No, it'd be cool if it did, but it doesn't. However, in battle, he will look like a little imp. I don't think we've seen an imp yet in game. We will in Sapien's scenario. But check it out. So, instead of the Gigas Glove, white cape. And he's back to being Locke, because the white cape prevents imp status. We're going to leave the Gigas Glove on, actually. I'm going to put the white cape back on her. It's still on Locke. That's going to put the hyper wrist. That seemed to help out a lot. And white cape, awesome. I don't know what else I want to put on her. I think that's fine. Cool. We're going to be doing a thing here in a moment, viewer. Inventory management. If this is your first time seeing Final Fantasy VI, as I'm sure it is for some of you, it requires metagame knowledge, which is knowledge that goes beyond the confines of what the game is. I have spoilers, so I know certain things to do to optimize my experience a little bit. I've done it before. I'll do it again. Modern games have fixed that a lot with a shared inventory. Or we're coming to the end of the scenario. It's a long story short. You know, whereas other games these days will have a shared inventory, your shit's not stuck on someone else. These games didn't quite. There's a feature later that lets you unequip people who aren't in your party, but we don't have it yet. Locke is poisoned there, which I think, yeah, we got poisoned before on the mountain. Finish off these Cartagras. Now, as before, we could use the spell to get rid of that, because Celeste has it. We also have a number of antidotes. We haven't stole one, but ruined. And Locke is better. Ooh, no, we want the hyper wrist. Cool. Fucking noise again. Weird. Okay, go up in here, get into a fight. Get back attack, that's no good. Forgot to heal up, that's even worse. But at least it's just two acrophes. Yeah, we're doing way shitty damage because we're in the wrong row. I could take the time to switch our row. We'd have to wait for the ATB gauge to fill up again, and what the hell. This is just as good. There we go. Now in a boss fight or something, if you were to get back attacked in a boss fight, great idea to fix your row. But just with little random monsters, it is what it is. It's kind of interesting too, because in a lot of modern games, RPGs, a Thunder Rod. I don't think we have anyone who can use that. Rod containing the power of Thundara. Ooh. Ooh, we could use it. And it would be cool. We might have to. Anyway, a lot of modern games will have, I fucking hate gold bears. I fucking hate gold bears. Or wait, no, I think that's just a gold bear. There's a bear at some point in the game that steals your money. But I don't think that's that bear. I think that's just a bear that is golden in color. Third time trying to start the story. What is that noise? Modern games will let you cut down on the battles and just enjoy the story. They'll make fights easier so that you can pass through them, still kind of experience them. But if you're mostly here for the story, you're mostly here for the story. Back then, that wasn't really our bag. So, like, playing these fights, video games were more niche. Like, they have a broader appeal now. I mean, by the Super Nintendo era, it was broadening, but because they have a broader appeal, they bring in more people who don't necessarily want to fight a billion battles as they walk along. And I think it's awesome that new games have that option, because sometimes, if I don't like the game's mechanics or something, I would also not want to fight all those fights, and would rather just go through it. But usually I like the game mechanics, so. As I said, we're going to do a thing here. The main OWCH actually makes us faster. We are going to under-equip. And that's because, as I said, this is coming to an end. Okay. Relics, remove. Relic, remove. Arrange our items there. Okay. Hopefully we'll be in decent enough shape. If not, we'll be back. Huh? Something coming out of the wall! Oh shit, it's tunnel armor. Tunnel armor. If we get hit by its magic, it will scorch us into dust. Well, what do we do? Don't worry, I'll draw its magic with my runic blade. And you'll be okay. Just you watch. She's the boss, use runic. Let's try to steal from the boy, because that's what Locke's... Yeah, we got a knife! You actually stole, you little mensch. Runic. Just doing physical attacks, that's fine. Oh, that's right, we've got the Thunder Rod. Let's do it this way. Skip. Okay, so magic rods. Runic's still active. Cool. So there's what Runic does. The spell came to her, and instead of getting hurt by it or any of its effects, she got 3 magic points. So let's use the Thunder Rod. I don't think this is going to draw it. No, because it's a knife. Bam. Dead. So I could have unequipped it entirely, but... That can actually be a pretty tough fight. Oh, we got an elixir out of it too. It must have been a clock inside that thing. That can be a difficult fight to go through. Well, looks like we're in the clear. I was stuck there for a while as a kid because Locke isn't the strongest, and if your timing gets fucked up, or you need Celeste to heal him with her magic, you just you don't get the runic off, and then if he does even more damage, it just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. It builds up the damage. You don't get to absorb the runic magic, and you can't cure, or curing creates that risk, or whatever. It can be a tough fight, especially if you're under leveled, like we are right now. But we did okay. We had the Thunder Rod. took care of it in a flash. It's an asset we don't have for later, but I have faith that we will make it through. Now, I know I've been running to about an hour and a half, 2 hours with these episodes, but I am super nervous that I didn't actually have my mic picking up any of this, and I'll have to record it again. We'll know either way, because I will definitely laugh at myself in the next video, that is a re-recording of this video, if I have to re-record it again. But for now, we're going to take a little break. I'm going to make sure everything's running just fine, and I will catch you guys in the next episode one way or another. White out.